Hey, what's up? It's Vinny Ten Ṛaciｎg. And I'm Vinny 10. I'm so exhausted today. I was out at the beach body surfing all day. We got Hurricane Aaron or whoever's hurricaning out there, and the waves were huge, huge waves. So we'll be out there tomorrow. I had to rest up today. But anyway, we're back at it here on Monday. And as you see, that engine's finally on the stand. The heads were done. We bolted the heads on. We got the front kind of done. We're just putting the oil pan on. I probably got another hour or so, and this one's out. And then the next one, I think I'm going to be breaking down, is going to be this VQ35. And then I'm just going to break that down, get it ready for the machine shop. We got some really great news further in the year about our machine shop issues. I'll just leave them at that. So hopefully that works out really well. In the meantime, this is going to be done later today after this video. I'll probably put another hour, hour and a half. As you guys know, I always say it's an hour on Monday, an hour on Friday, and then that's that. We got some cool stuff. On Friday, I did promise you the GTR on the dyno. The GTR is on the dyno. So we're going to make a poll on that. We're not going to do a big to-do about that, but you know, if we can get a couple of polls out of it because we're running low on fuel, that would be great. The car came in for a transmission O-ring, was leaking off one of the coolers. So that's all taken care of, getting ready to give it back. I called the customer, Brian. I'm like, hey, Brian, you know what? I never did a video on your car. I never had it on my dyno. I'd really love to see the difference between a hub dyno and dyno jet. So stay tuned for that at the end of the video. What else? Oh, okay, so last week, okay, following the series, last week I talked about building a business, right? You know, first you work in your business, then you work on your business at the desk, and then there's some days that you're actually trying to build your business. And so one of these building exercises have come to fruition, and here it is. We're going to be doing a car show over at Bayshore Nissan, home of the No BS deal. My good friend Simon is holding a beautiful car show on October 5th. Yes, it's Nissan centric, but everyone's invited to come. So if you got a badass car, especially an import car, this is what we like to see. We're import guys. It's not a race. So, you know, we like to just see the import stuff. But again, you know, if you got a badass car, bring it for sure. So that is something that we worked on for the last few weeks, and it came to fruition. Again, building the business, building relationships, building partnerships. You know, the really cool thing about Nissan of Bayshore, okay, or Bayshore Nissan, is, and most people don't know this, believe it or not, this is a dirty secret in the dealership level. Most people at the dealership are not car people. I know, it sounds crazy, including the principal, including the owner. They're not car people. It wouldn't matter to them if they were selling oranges or if they were selling cars. It doesn't matter to them. They're great salespeople. They have a great product. Obviously, Nissan's a great product. But most dealerships are, you're all right, Mike? All right. All right. So most dealerships are not car people. I tell you, one shot, so it's rolling. It's not car people. But I can tell you that the general manager there, you know, the guy that runs the whole store, I don't even know if he's a general manager. He just runs everything. You know, he could be higher than that. Simon is 100%, 1,000% a car guy. I can never align myself with a dealership that the person in charge was not a car guy. It's like, we're just not going to get along. Okay, you want to get along with Vinny 10? I know I'm talking to myself in this third person, but if you want to get along with Vinny 10, you know, in my world, you got to be a car person. So I won't do business with any dealership that, you know, on this level, that they aren't car people. And they are 100% car people. So, you know, it's the home of the No BS deal. Get down there, go see Simon. You know, show up October 5th. I think there's going to be some specials that they're going to have on some cars. They got a great used car department, and you know, they're one of the few dealerships that actually have Z's on the floor. So, and I actually, if you haven't seen the new Nismo Z, it's sitting there on the floor. So they have a lot of interesting stuff. They got some off-road stuff there too. So if you like that stuff, they got that stuff there as well. So, like I said, we're almost buttoned up in here. Let's go see what the other guys got going on. It's a Monday. Ah, a hard Monday, that's for sure. Lucas. So here's an example. Actually, let me talk about this car for a second. Not a big car, not a fast car. It's a nice car. Look at this car. Look how nice this car is. Okay, this is what? What year is this? 04. So this is an 04 car that you could probably buy for under 8-9 grand. And look how nice these cars are. Okay, this particular customer has, you know, really put the effort into correcting the paint, keeping it clean, putting some beautiful Volks on there, put the Wildwood brakes on. And today he's in here for some service, some lower control arms, a lot of braces. I guess the guy likes it really stiff on the road. Did you put the sway bars in too, or they were in already?
Sway bars were already.
Okay, so you put this in, and then the back end.
All in the back, yep, all the new red bracing that's in there.
Okay.
Steering racks.
Oh, this one too. You put this one in as well too?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
And we got a solid steering rack bushings.
Okay.
And I don't know if you mentioned.
Oh yeah, look, I see the clamp. Really nice.
Yeah, the new lower
clamp.
control arms and compressor arms.
Okay, cool. All brand new. Okay, this car's going to really handle like it's on rails. Yeah. Again, you know, an excellent example. You don't have a lot of money. You don't want to go turbo. You know, you want a clean car that's definitely.
It's supercharged.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's supercharged.
Ah. Would have been nice to tell me that.
Correct you.
I mean, you know.
It all.
I obviously don't. Obviously, I don't know it all. Thanks for informing me, bud. Steve, appreciate that. So on top of everything, it's got an HKS supercharger. So that's how sometimes I'm in my world over there building engines. Steve's got the shop on lockdown. So, you know, I just come in here and do the fluff. Anyway, really nice stuff. A lot of stuff came from Z1.
Oh, yeah, all Z1.
Oh, all Z1. Yeah. Hey, John, you got to start sending me a check. You know what I mean, John? All right. This is actually the car that we're going to put the engine on that I'm working on. So we pulled it in this afternoon. And as we normally do, we clean them up. We always try to clean the engine cabin up and try to make it as nice as possible. And you say, oh, that's a nice thing. It is a nice thing to do. But the other reason why I require my guys to do it is in case the car leaks afterwards. If the car has any kind of leak afterwards, we'll know that we already cleaned this car. So there should be no oil leaks on the car. So a lot of times if they knock a rod through the block or they lift the head, you know, there's oil or water, antifreeze, all over the place. So we want to make sure when it leaves here, it doesn't have any leaks. So one of the ways we do that is make sure that the engine bay is clean. We put in a brand new clean engine. You should be 100% oil and coolant free in leaks. So that's why we do it. And Joey's a monster, you know, handling the bigger jobs now. All right. Always doing a good job, Joey. Always killing it. All right, so we got the supercharger off, and we're going to put the proper silicone on there. And we kind of talked about this car last week. One of the things that I actually forgot to mention on this car, yes, it's a Hemi. Yes, it's, you know, a Hellcat motor. Yes, it's obviously supercharged. Yes, it's badass. Yes, yes, yes. But one of the really cool things that I didn't realize, this car's a manual transmission car. Oh my God. Can you imagine what this effing thing feels like? I mean, this is not a heavy chassis. I guarantee you this car's got a lighter chassis. What do you think? Than a Hellcat?
I would say 53, so a little bit more.
You think so?
Oh. On the lighter end.
You think this thing weighs 5,300 pounds?
Maybe like 45.
I got to figure it out because it doesn't look like a whole lot of metal. Yeah, I guess you're right. It does have a full frame in it. Super cool truck. Having the 6-speed in it makes it that much nicer. Super glad that Hemi Fast brought it over. I guess it's from this company called American Expedition Vehicles. So it looks like they did a pretty good job on it. And basically the stuff we're doing is you know, a little heavier than maintenance, so maybe some heavy duty maintenance. And then he wanted some upgrades additionally on this, right?
Yes.
Right? Yes. So we spoke about that last week.
We have the valve covers.
Right.
We're also fixing the leaks and stuff.
Right.
But get different wires and coils.
Okay. yeah, some basic maintenance and some basic upgrades. So really good. All right, we're over here, and as you know, this got one of our killer pieces in here. Steve, what do we make on horsepower with this?
580, I think.
I think we made 580, Steve tells me. But we're going to take it to the next level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so getting rid of the stock electronics, we made 580, which is super, super respectable with the Cobb tuner. Love Cobb, does a great job. But this guy wants to take it to the next level, and he wants to add some features that, unfortunately, the factory ECM isn't able to provide for you. So we're putting a Haltech in there, which is a nice R3 unit right there. If you want to show the viewing audience, very, very nice. Okay, so we're going to put an R3 in there. Steve's setting that up, wiring it up the car right now. Boom slang, plug and play harness, which is real nice. So if you have one of these cars and you're going to go race it or bring it to the next level, put a Haltech in it, comes in, plugs right in, R3 with a boom slang harness, and you're good to go. Okay, one more little update on this. So, you know, again, sometimes God's looking out for me. I didn't want to take this car because I wasn't 100% ready. But after we took it off the dyno, we let the car cool down. We go to start the car back up. And you know what? Sometimes God's just looking out for me. Unfortunately, the header actually cracked. Now, out of all the things that this car has run me around with, and it has run me around, it has run Steve around, the one thing that I'm not going to be mad is this header cracked. These headers have been on the car for, I don't know, 13 years, 14 years. So, you know, they cracked right at the weld, right where the merge collector comes in. We gave it to Yarrick, and Yarrick welded it up, and we're going to put it on tonight or tomorrow morning. And I think we put the last thing in here. We haven't tested it yet, but I think the last piece of the puzzle is now in this car. And when it's all over, I'll tell you the 4 things we were struggling with, all right? All right, let's go check out that GTR. Let's see what that's all about. Pretty cool. Runs great. I don't know what to say. It just runs great. It's a great motor. This is like, believe it or not, I know this is going to sound fucking stupid, but other than some of the stuff that's on the motor, like the intake manifold and the exhaust manifold and the turbo kit, this is like my stage 1 motor. Like if you took one of my engines, like whether it's a VQ or a Subaru or, you know, 2J, and basically did the same stage 1, that's kind of what we did here. Maybe stage 1.5, maybe a little bit more than rods and pistons and, you know, a little bit of head work. So this is not a big time motor. It's actually making some big time horsepower. It's actually making way more horsepower than we actually promised the customer. This started out at 1,000, then went to 1,100. Then he said, well, can we see 1,200? And then, you know, we kind of, as we're building it, trying to make those adjustments as we're building it. Never a great way to do it, but we did. So really, it's just turned out to be a stage 1.5 or maybe even a stage 2 motor, but it's certainly not some incredible big piece. But these things are fucking brutally badass, you know? The VR38, as you guys know, and if you don't know, do some history looking about my history with the 2JZ. And what I was able to do with that and pioneer a lot of the products on that car. So when somebody that did a lot in the 2JZ era and then turns around and says, this thing is way better than the 2J, you got to listen. And it's only a matter of time before more and more of these VRs are going to show up in more and more race cars. And not just GTR race cars, in all kinds of race cars. The motors are small, they're compact, they're narrow, they're short. They're going to fit in a lot of different packages. So let's see what a basically stage 1.5 motor will produce. Steve, fire in the hole, please. Short pull, already made 1,000. I think the motor was a little too cold. You know, made 1,000 horsepower, so we're good with that. You know, so again, a badass car, quick pull.
It may have been the Motec traction control kicking in.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can see if you switch to speed, you can see it.
Come over here.
That's what it felt like
Yeah, it did.
during a pull. So you can see that
Yeah.
that's like the traction control kicking in.
Yeah.
All-wheel drive in that aspect. So,
Okay.
but yeah, but it basically leveled that right about like 1,100 horsepower.
So, I don't think we're missing 300 horsepower.
No, it was a little cold still.
No. So.
And it's hot, but yeah, it was definitely pulling it back. It was still in the climb. It was still climbing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it leveled itself out.
You wanna shut off the track control and try
It was
to.
off.
So why did it kick back on?
I don't know. I'm not about that guy.
Okay. Okay. Well, 1,000 horsepower. I don't know what to say. I thought it was going to make like 13. All right. It is what it is. I mean, it certainly made 1340 on Gatto's dyno. So maybe it's cold and, you know.
That was the hub dyno, so there was no slip.
Yeah, there's no slip or anything.
So that there's probably a little bit of slip.
Sure.
There, and he's able to turn that stuff off when he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I turn it off here. That's all I can do.
Gotcha. All right. Well, still really badass, super short pull. Not even what, 2 seconds on the pipe, and it's already making 1,000 horsepower. This did make over 13 on Gatto's dyno, so we're pretty happy with it. And it's probably a little loaded up too, because we've just been driving it around back and forth in and out of the shop. So maybe put some plugs in it, and we'll be happy with it. So that's it. That's today's exciting video today. Not always a super home run, but always a knockout.